Recording? What's up, what's up, what's up? We're going to start in a couple minutes. This is episode 3 of Sea Turtle Mindset. About to get late. So, the person I'm introducing today is Imani. Definitely someone that I look up to in terms of the art industry. Her paintings are amazing. What is your social media?
It's Imani _Joe.
Cool.
JL.
So we're gonna start this bad boy right now. And so let's get it. It's episode 3, and last week's episode with Payday Pedro was phenomenal. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna get right into the core of the interview. First and foremost, thank you so much for being on the episode. I'm excited.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Nope. And for those who don't know me, who are just tapping in, my name is Jonathan Rosales. I am the author of Sea Turtle Mindset. This is the Sea Turtle Mindset podcast, episode number 3. And today's mindset is the artist mindset. And so I want to jump right in because today is not about me, it's about you. So basically, tell me what's something that inspired you to be an artist? What is it that you like about being an artist?
I've honestly always was an artist. Like growing up, I always made arts and crafts with my family and tried to sell them. I was always
to your family?
Yes, I was like always an entrepreneur.
Let's go.
I would make bookmarks and I would just like have a stack of them. And anytime we went somewhere, I'm like, oh, it's $1. And my family always wanted to buy my art, so I was like, okay, cool. And then in 4th grade, I did a painting. Well, it's actually oil pastel drawing. And it won an award. It was like in a library. It was selling online, like different merchandise and stuff. Wow. And I was in 4th grade, so I was like, oh, cool, that's a talent I had. So I stopped doing it. And I completely went to like choir and doing other stuff. Yep. I don't know. I like to kind of see what I have to work with. Right. So I just stopped doing art. And then I switched schools in high school, my junior year. And I was like, okay, well, what am I going to go to school for? Like, what am I going to college for? And I was like, okay, let me go back into art. And it just kicked back off from there.
So where did you go to school?
I started off at Warwick Vet.
Okay. And
then I transferred to Cranston East.
Now, those schools that had an art program or?
Warwick Vet did, but I never was in it. I was playing field hockey and basketball and track. And so I was like total sports head at that point. And then when I transferred schools, I didn't want to be like a new girl in the sports team. Yep. So I was like, okay, let me just go into art. And so I went into an art class.
Nice. And did you go to college for arts too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I graduated in May.
Wow. So what do you do right now?
Right now, I'm 100% freelance artist.
Wow.
I started off my last year. Well, actually, I started off kind of my junior year. Before I did bartending and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, all right, places are going to look for my resume and like the art resume. So I'm like, let me switch my whole thing up and start looking for jobs in the art industry my junior year. And I found this one place, it's a paint and sip, it's called Painting with a Twist, like a franchise around the country. And they were opening up literally like the day after I said that, they posted looking for artists. So I was like, okay, cool. So I went there. They had me do an interview and they gave me a piece of paper and was like, teach me how to paint this. And I was like, what? So I went and it was crazy because it wasn't even a studio. It was like an open place that they were building. So it was just a table and an easel.
And you taught them, right?
Yeah,
on the spot.
So on the spot, I had to go through and they were cool. They were like, okay, we'll skip to this part. We know that you know this. And I brought them a whole bunch of paintings. I laid it out. And like out of 30 people, they picked 6 people. They're all females. And then that week they're like, okay, we're gonna take you to Louisiana to go through training. So I met a whole bunch of artists down there.
Oh wow, so it's like a legit art thing.
Yeah,
wow. So
that's crazy. They got me certified to kind of like teach classes in that way and kind of like have the customer service of that.
Nice.
And so that was my junior year, and I'm still working there, and I just do my artwork on the side.
Sweet.
I took up Instagram as a marketing technique instead of like a social media. And from there, people just really supported me.
Well, that's how I met you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Social media. Now, I know you have a very popular design. It's the girl with, she's naked. Let's just keep
Of course, all my females are naked.
And I think she has a waterfall coming out. Like,
I don't know why that is like a top
I think
seller.
Yeah.
It's so funny, and it's crazy because I do a whole bunch of different commissions, and I started working with like watercolor gouache type stuff. And I did the first design on a piece of paper in 20 minutes.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, cool. Oh, that was relaxing. And I posted it, and I was like, oh, freestyle for today. It went crazy.
Yeah, I
So then I started putting it on rolling trays. And I made one rolling tray. 7 people hit me up like, I need this. So I was like, okay, cool. I sold them all one, and I did custom ones for each person. They all thought they got the original, but I'm like, it's damn near. So then after that, I put it on canvases, and people loved it too. And I'm like, I don't know what about this piece is like.
It looks dope. I want one, so we'll definitely talk about having one later. So now, what's your why? What is it that drives you? You know, that's something that what's that inner thing that is driving you to continue to pioneer in the art industry? Because let's just keep it real. It's like, I remember when I was in college, and I like art. Like, I know how to draw, and I fell in love with it from early on. I used to do drawings all the time. I know how to do the cartoons. My book actually has
logos and stuff. Yeah, that's art.
And my book has illustrations, my personal illustrations. I converted it into online graphics, and I learned Bootstrap. Yep. And so, you know, it was just that what drive me was the creativity. It's like, you could just a blank canvas and something can pop up. So what's that thing that drives you to continue to work on crazy? Because I've seen some of your work, and it's like imagination's gone wild. It's pretty cool.
It depends on the piece. I feel like if it's more personal, the drive is kind of getting something out. Like, I have, sometimes if I don't paint in a while or draw or do anything, I have a lot of built up like anxiety, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to do something with my hands. Like, I need to just kind of get it out. So that definitely drives me. Another thing is, I'm an artist, but I also consider myself more of an entrepreneur as well. So I don't want to work a 9-to-5 job. I'm not good at it. I'm done with it.
Preach.
So after my junior year, I was like, all right, only jobs that are in the art industry that can further me in what I actually want to do. So other than that, I'm like, you know what? If I don't do this today, I'm not going to be able to get where I want to get in life. So that kind of drives me.
Okay. What would you say is your 5-year goal? Like, what you want? Do you want to create your own studio? Do you want to have your own sip and wine program going? What is it that you're looking at?
I definitely want just my own business. I definitely want my own studio space that can have a little bit of a gallery area in it as well. I do want to do what I do now, where it's like doing commission work, but I think every artist's goal is to solely have their pieces up and people just want their pieces. So they're like own personal creative pieces. I definitely want to get to a level where people kind of know my work by how I paint, and just kind of want an original of my work.
So just one original, and that's the only one in the world.
I don't really like doing prints. I like people having one piece, and that's yours. Wow. I'm not really kind of like the print on a canvas type thing.
My question is, and this is probably something that the audience wants to know too. How do you determine the price on like a one style design? Like, you know, how can you say it's like $1,000 or $2,000 or $100? Like, how are you able to do that?
I think you have to be realistic.
Yeah,
you definitely do. I actually get that question a lot. A lot of artists hit me up. They're like, "Hey, can you kind of help me with this?" Right. I started off like lowballing it. I'm like, okay, and then there were some parts where I was definitely charging too much. But I think you have to really worry about, okay, how much time did you really put into this? How much does it really mean to you? And is it worth a lot? I see people like doodle. Honestly, it's like just this random thing they did, and they're like, okay, $600. I'm like, okay, that's not realistic. No one's gonna pay that much. So I definitely want to do affordable art, because growing up, art was always super expensive, and I always kind of had that mindset. Like, everybody was like, you can't be an artist. Like, there's no future in that or whatever. So I definitely like doing affordable art. But at the same time, I try not to go under $200. Minimum with like the smaller ones. But I don't want to overprice someone for something that I know I can do within a I guess, obtainable time span.
Okay.
So, yeah,
so what's
it kind of just depends.
most expensive painting you've ever sold?
1,200.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
right.
and it was for someone who had something in their house, and I was super excited about it. But at the same time, it was abstract, and they wanted like metal pieces in it, so I had to like buy that, and yeah, that was cool.
Nice,
that was dope.
nice. So my thing is, right, so I want this podcast, the reason why I'm creating this to explore the mindset. And so you have an artist mindset. What's something that you can tell anybody aspiring to be an artist, especially full-time, you know, like yourself? What would you tell yourself 3 or 5 years ago that you would want to know that you know now?
There's going to be some shitty days. There definitely is. There's going to be days that you just doubt everything that you've developed. And I think being in college helped me the most because I was able to just sit there. I was able to really just kind of look out the window for a couple hours and just think and know myself. And I think that kind of developing that self-awareness of what I want and what I like helped me really kind of get to a point where I am at today. I definitely think, especially if you're a female, I think all females should spend at least a year by themselves, living by themselves, and worrying about themselves. So I did that, and that was awesome. I really got to know what I wanted and got to really put myself in my artwork.
Okay, so is that why you kind of paint a lot of like?
Yeah, plus
women?
everyone likes females.
Yeah,
it doesn't like even
that's
like
right.
it doesn't
Especially
matter.
naked ones,
yes,
right?
exactly. But even now, there's days where I'm like, oh my god, I'm not making money this week.
Yeah.
I need to stop. I need to get a 9 to 5. I can't pay my rent this week.
Yep.
Literally, the moment I have those thoughts, I kind of get into like this dark hole, and then I have to remind myself what brings me out of that hole, which is the artwork.
Right.
So I kind of find something I want to paint, and I kind of find something I want to do, and I kind of just put it into that. Literally the next day, a blessing comes. So it's like once you have that mindset, and it's all about like the vibes and everything that everybody says, like you have to put out what you want in the universe and stuff. So once I switch that mindset, things come to me. And it just reminds me like, okay, you're going to have days where it sucks. And I think every entrepreneur or own business owner has days where it's like, this is just not working out. You have to get ready for that. And some people are going to hate your artwork. Some people are going to deny you. They don't want you in your gallery, and that's okay. Like, that's why there's so many artists out there, because there's something out there for everybody.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest thing that I had to learn.
Nice. Definitely embodying the sea turtle mindset, if you don't know yet, it's the mindset of being consistent, persistent in your decisions, and you decided to be an artist, and even though you have those crappy days and the doubt comes in, you still persevere and you're still being consistent, and when you do that, the blessings come. So it's dope. It's dope. So we're almost about to wrap it up, and what would you say, like, just to speak your mind, what would you want to tell your audience? First of all, where can we purchase your paintings and see your artwork? Okay,
well, I'm gonna get a website. He's gonna do that for me, so hit him up for that. But as of right now, I work strictly off of Instagram. You can always, if you have my number, you can always contact me. But you can always DM me at Imani_JO. I also have my email on there. If you email me too. Whatever.
All the links will be provided wherever this is posted. So. Stay on the lookout for that. And your final thoughts, where's your next travel location? Where do you want to travel to? Because the book is also about travel. And so I always want to inspire travel because I believe that travel is the biggest learning opportunity for us. We expand our mind, we expand our culture, we expand our horizon, our perspective. We get inspired when we travel. So anywhere in the world, where would you go to do an amazing painting or just artwork based on that, location?
It's actually really hard.
If you was to choose one, where would you go? Or what's your top 3?
Okay, am I like visiting or am I living?
I don't know. Let's do visiting. Let's do visiting because living is different.
Yeah,
living is like.
I definitely want to go to Italy.
Okay.
I need to see the architecture in that area, France, Paris, all that area.
Is Picasso from Italy?
Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We'll Google it later.
Yeah. I definitely want to go to Italy. I want to go to Barcelona.
Okay,
That's always been a place. I don't know why.
Ibiza? I heard Ibiza's spot.
I heard it. That's popping. I hear everybody goes there and just party.
I call my boy. I'll be like, "Where you at?" He's like, "I'm in Ibiza." And every time I'm like, "You're such a liar." He's like, "Watch, one of these days you gotta catch me."
Yeah, I heard it's popping. And I definitely want to go to China. Okay. My sister lives in China right now, and she just tells me all about it. So I'm like, you know what? That's definitely a place where I feel like I should see the architecture, the culture, all that stuff.
Definitely.
But yeah.
Yeah. So we're literally gonna wrap it up now, and so my last thing is, I'm always promoting spread your wisdom. Spread the wisdom. And what would you, if you can sum it up all? Your last 5 years, what would that one piece of advice in terms of wisdom to give it out to the world? It can be either in entrepreneurship, it can be in an artist, it can be in the mindset, whatever it is. What's that wisdom that you want to spread?
So I'm going to spread wisdom to entrepreneurs or artists or anybody who's kind of in a creative area, because it doesn't mean painting. It can mean creative writing. It can mean music. You could be doing graphic design, anything like that. But I feel like you should always take what someone's trying to give you. Listen to the people around you. It literally could be a bum off the street, and you could be walking by with a painting and they say, that right there doesn't look correct. And at that moment, you could be like, you know what? You're drunk. Like, I'm not listening to you. Right. But you don't know their past. They literally could have been one of the top selling artists in their time or whatever, and they could really give you a really valuable piece of information. And I feel like everybody has something to say, and everybody has something that they can add to your life, even if it's wrong. Like, you can take it and figure out what you want to do with it, filter how it kind of applies to your life, because someone can give you wrong information and you say, you know what, that's something I'm not going to do. And sometimes, people just talk. So you have to know when to just not listen as well. So I think over the past 5 years, I've met a lot of people, a lot of different professors, artists, and that was my main thing, is know when to listen and apply it to your life.
Nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Imani. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're the first live interview with a person, so it's a little scary. Like, do I look at the camera? Do I look at her? What's going on?
I know you're making such hard eye contact, and I'm like, I should look at you.
Because I didn't want to look that way. But thank you so much. Definitely looking forward to continue to grow together. Maybe I'll see you in Carolina, South Carolina.
Well, hopefully I'm moving. That's another thing. If you haven't moved from where you grew up, you need to do that.
You know what's funny? My first episode, I said, don't let your zip code hold you back.
Especially if you're in Rhode Island. This is a very small, comfortable state.
47 miles from north to south, 37 miles from west to east. So just that's tiny. It's tiny. Smallest state with the biggest movement for sure, with our people from here. So shout out to Rhode Island. They're looking out. And to close it out, thank you so much for listening, watching this podcast. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. The links below for her artwork will be there, as well as if you haven't bought the book, ladies and gentlemen, the book is available everywhere. Get your copy. Definitely is something to read. My thing is right now, what I'm saying is it's the next Alchemist. So if you've read The Alchemist before, I really strongly believe that's what inspired me. So it's a story of self-development. It's a story of a sea turtle traveling the world. Along the way, he meets different creatures and he learns life lessons from these creatures. So get your copy.
I saw some lines in there. Is it like, can you write?
Yeah, so you can write too. So I have the illustrations at the beginning of the chapter, and then you have your notes. So you can take your notes, just outlines, and then you got the YouTube videos. And I added the YouTube videos because I was reading so many books, and I always want to ask questions or ask why the author wrote that specific name. And so I added that. So it's little special YouTube videos in there. And then the next episode is going to be next week on the 23rd of January. And it's going to be the Maximo Mindset. Definitely look out for the next video. It's going to be dope. He is a network marketer, a graphic designer of 20 years of experience, and one of my mentors who really has grown me to be the entrepreneur that I am. And also, he really helped me in terms of helping me with graphic design. And he actually even designed my cover book and my backer. So definitely look out for that episode. I'll see you, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, everyone is born a sea turtle, but we're raised as land turtles. Let's not get limited by our zip code. We are sea turtles. We can travel the world, explore, dream, discover. With that being said, I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.